Hey there, football fans! Welcome to the latest installment of Football Extreme, the show that brings you all things football. I'm Quabs, he's DJ, he's Nene, it's the Xstream Team. Say hustle to the fans, gentlemen. How you been?
Hello, football extremists. Good to be with you once again. Been a while, but football extremes back on the screens.
Welcome, Nene. How you doing?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Good to see you guys again. Man, Football Extreme, this is what it's about. And hopefully we can clear our diaries and our calendars and be more on your screens. But yeah, good to that.
We're coming for you. We're coming for you, fans. Now, since we are the guys that talk all things football, we've got major news out there. If you haven't heard yet, major news in the world of football. Manchester City making big headlines with their new acquisition. This wonderkind who's been in Germany that people have been vying for the last 2 years. Erling Haaland, it is confirmed next season, Erling Haaland from Borussia Dortmund is going to Manchester City. Nene, let us know, what is the details on that transfer? How did this happen? What's the numbers? How's that deal looking like?
So this deal, initially you'd actually think that it involved like big numbers, like 100 million plus. But it seems like he only had a 51 million pound release clause, which City was able to meet. But what might have like discouraged other teams is the additional fees, which had to be paid, commissions and agent fees and whatnot. And the fee is estimated at around 85 million. So if you look at it, you're getting him for 51, and the add-on, they well over 25, almost 30 million in add-ons. So that might discourage a lot of people. But City last season they spent 100 million on Grealish. So honestly, spending 85 million even with the other add-on, and if you look at the player they're getting, it's small change, bro. So yeah, that's about it. About 85 million in total, 400,000 pounds a week, which is, I think Kevin De Bruyne is on the same bracket. So he's definitely going in, and he's going to be one of the highest paid players there. I think he's going to earn more than Jack Grealish also, which is insane. So yeah, that's what these guys are getting.
Yeah, I think even if you had to choose between Jack Grealish, Erling Haaland, I think we all know who would be the choice there. But DJ, what does this do for Manchester City moving next season, I should say? They didn't get their major signing in Harry Kane last season. This time they're doing their business early. I still got questions. How is this deal closed outside of the transfer window? So someone needs to teach me about that. But DJ, what would you say? How does this change Manchester City look moving forward and the hopes for next season of all the trophies?
Well, could say that Man City have finally replaced Sergio Aguero, because since he left, they've not been playing with an out-and-out striker, and Erling Haaland is as good as they come. I mean, top 3 right now, the best striker in the world. I'll put him up there. But his inclusion into City, obviously, is going to be taking out one of the creative forces, because, City played without a striker for most of the season. So, obviously, with Haaland coming in, as Nene said, you bring a guy in for that amount of money, surely that guy's going to be a starter. And if you're paying wages of 400k per week, Haaland walks straight into that Man City side. So let's see how Pep can get the best out of Haaland. And welcome to Man City, Haaland. Like father, like son, because his dad also played there as well. So now it's his turn, and maybe he's going to have more success than his dad. We'll wait and see as time goes by. But for all parties involved, no complaints. I mean, it's a bargain if you ask me, because they couldn't get Harry Kane last season, beginning of last season, for £100 million, and then they signed Jack Grealish, and then Kane stayed at Spurs, but now they're getting Haaland, younger, more fitter, and much more cheaper. So good business.
Yeah.
Good business by Man City, if I may say so myself.
Good business all the way around. Younger and cheaper all at the same time. And this guy, if you ask me, he's going to be up in that level where he's going to be possibly chasing greatness. So like on the same level as your Ronaldos and your Messis in terms of greatness over the span of his career. Well, it's still too early to judge him on that level, but let's see what he can do at Man City. So, gentlemen, I want you guys to let me know, or even just tell me, what would you say to those people that say, those that will complain and say, oh, well, now Man City, they're ruining the league. Now they're becoming too unbeatable. It's not going to be competitive now in the Premier League, that kind of thing. There is a little bit of that going around. What would you say to that, Nene, in terms of what would your response be, or what is your opinion and how competitive now it is if Man City just throws money at building their squad?
Nah, I don't think so. If you look at the league, it's competitive from relegation, it's competitive for top four, it's competitive for the top two. So Liverpool has been giving Man City a run for their money, which has made the league competitive. And what that has done, it has forced Chelsea to pull up their socks. And try and break into and try to win the league again, because they've seen that Liverpool and Man City have been dominating, so it forces everyone to up their game. Chelsea next season will try again. They did try this season, but they fell short. But I think they're going to learn from their mistake. Man City, when Pep first came, they came in guns blazing, and then they didn't win the league. And then the season after that, they learned from the lessons. They got their defenders. So Chelsea also is going to add to that. It will be 3 teams next year: Liverpool, Chelsea, and Man City. And it's going to force other teams also to try and measure up, because that's how the Premier League is. You don't just fold your arms and let Bayern Munich and let Barcelona, they just dominating the league, and Madrid, the other teams are just happy, making up the numbers. The Premier League is different. Everyone wants to be like Man City, everyone wants to be like Liverpool, and that's just good entertainment for us. So I don't think that it's gonna be boring and they're gonna dominate and whatnot. No, I don't think so.
Entertainment factor. All right. So, DJ, What do you think? What's your opinion there in terms of competitiveness for the Premier League moving forward?
Well, it enhances the Premier League because you bring in a big star like Erling Haaland, and that's only going to motivate the chasing pack as well, because other teams want to spend and try to close that gap between them and Liverpool and Man City at the top. So by spending the cash, of course, other teams are going to want to follow suit. So they're going to be improving their squads as well. Hopefully, we see other big name players join other teams in the Premier League as well, just to make it more competitive. Because as Nene said, it's not going to be like in Germany where Bayern just dominates. I mean, they won the 10th league title in a row now.
Yeah.
The Premier League is different. It's not that way. I mean, this season, the team can be dominating and win the Premier League, and then the next season it's the runner-up that wins it. So, just entertainment and improving the league as a whole, and that attracts more of the best players in the world to the Premier League. Seeing players like Erling Haaland join Man City, so just look forward to other players world-class players joining the Premier League. You never know. Kylian Mbappe as well might just be tempted to come to the Premier League as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Then final question or final thing to look at while we're talking about Erling Haaland. We've seen plenty big name stars from other leagues come into the Premier League and just flop. I mean, just recently, Romelu Lukaku left the Premier League with his tail between his legs coming from Man United, went to Italy, became the kingpin, won 2 Serie A titles, comes back to England, and he is just looking like the same Lukaku that left Man United. Andrei Shevchenko, way back when, in 2007, I think it was, came from Serie A looking like $1 million. Most expensive transfer when he came to Chelsea at £30 million, became a flop. Who else? There are many. And then looking at
Angel Di Maria.
Di Maria, look at that.
Di Maria came to Man United, Champions League winner. Flop.
Look at that
as well.
Then,
so yeah, I see where your concerns are about big name players from other leagues coming to the Premier League, and it does not work out.
Yeah. So where does Timo Werner
now?
Yeah, exactly. So where does Timo Werner now look, or where could he possibly say I can improve, or is there a potential that he's just going to come in there and struggle? Because the Premier League, as everyone and their grandmother always says, Premier League is faster, Premier League is more physical, that kind of thing. Timo Werner came in as one of those new age kids who everyone was going to be excited about, and then he came to Chelsea and has failed to deliver. So where does Erling Haaland now weigh up in that conversation?
No, for me, he's just gonna kick ass, man. I got it. That's not gonna happen, babe. The Man City squad is settled. He's gonna, as you said, he's gonna walk straight in into the starting 11. The midfield. I mean, if Kevin De Bruyne is playing behind him, I mean, there's no way. I mean, Gabriel Jesus is on fire at the moment, and I mean, he's not even like the best player in the league. So when you look at the midfield, there's just no way he can fail. It's impossible. It's not possible. So for me, there's 100% success rate. I mean, they're even talking about him scoring well over 40 goals. I mean, well over 30 goals next season, because he averages a goal every game, which is insane. So I don't see it being a problem. City has never had an issue scoring goals. I don't think he's gonna go there and struggle. But I think once he joins, I think we'll also see a significant improvement in Jack Grealish, the way he plays. So I think they're gonna have a nice combination, and we might see Grealish starting more games regularly. And also, don't forget that they might have to balance the books. So there might be a couple of players that get sold, which will free up some space. So I don't foresee him struggling. Lukaku, I don't know. That the team, the coach, there's too many issues. At City, it's more stable. It's like a Liverpool squad. Diaz walked in there and he's just on fire. It looks like he's been there for the last 2 years. Jota came in, he's just hot. He's red hot. He hardly plays, but when he does play, he scores. He's like the second leading goal scorer for Liverpool, which is insane. So I don't think he's going to have an issue because the squad is settled. If he went to Man United, then that's a different story.
PJ, what you think in the struggle factor? If you were to say on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being excellent, 1 being really struggled, where do you see Erling Haaland in his first season on that scale?
That's for DJ or for me?
That's for DJ.
I'd say 8.
Okay.
Because you still need to adapt to the league, and well, coming to the Premier League is not easy, as you said, Quabs, but I imagine that with City being a settled side and he's just the final piece of the jigsaw, really. Let's wait and see. Could be proven wrong. I mean, Zlatan went to Pep's Barcelona being a red hot striker at Inter and it didn't work out for him.
Yeah,
but
Zlatan Ibrahimovic.
Haaland is more young and hungrier, so I think he'd adapt to that. And the supply is just insane at City. He'll be scoring goals left, right, and center. And I think for him, he can actually write his name in Premier League history and just overtake Alan Shearer as the all-time leading goal scorer. His age is on his side, really. And the way City play without a striker, imagine now that he's there, how much goals he's going to be getting there with all that supply.
Yeah, hey, I think you guys have got way more expectations on him than I do. Because first of all, that's the Bundesliga. The teams are nowhere near as strong defensively or even up to the physicality as the Premier League. He's going to do good. He's going to do okay. He's going to be one of those good scorers. But come on, guys. There's way more difficult defenders in the Premier League than there are in Germany. So 30 goals for his first season, I don't see it going. I don't even see him in the top 5 next season. He's going to do well. He's going to do okay. But not top 5. No ways, guys. There's going to be this
That
Harry Kane.
sounds like jealousy to me.
No, it's not even jealousy. First of all, that you know that City squad is going to be rotated like crazy. Okay, fine. He's the only number 9 in the team. But how many City players get guaranteed spots? Literally only 3. Ederson, Kevin De Bruyne, and Diaz.
Cancelo.
Not even Cancelo, because I mean, if Kyle Walker's fit, sometimes they interchange. But like,
but Cancelo also plays left. Made Zinchenko sit on the bench. That's how good he was. That Pep had to move him to left back, and he still plays the same way as he plays on the other side. So
yeah, but the point is, even then, the rotation happens a lot. And so in your first season, you want to play one game. I mean, Pep will put you out even when you score a hat-trick one game. The next game, you're sitting on the bench. You see. Yeah. But let's see. It all bodes well. It's all looking well. The Premier League is the big winner in the end. Another big star coming in. We might, if Ronaldo stays, we might have Ronaldo. We might have all these big names sitting in the Premier League, in the top 5 teams in the Premier League, and it's looking very good.
But so, now, what happens? What happens with Harry Kane now? Is he staying?
Is
Man United coming?
Nah.
Now he's screwed.
If I'm Harry Kane, I'm not even staying. I'm not even going to Man United if I'm Harry Kane. There's no way. The Man City move was the only one. Now, maybe if Lukaku leaves Chelsea, if I'm Harry Kane, I might go to Chelsea. But the whole London rivals thing. But if United, he's too old, first of all. He's like, he's 31 or something now? I can't even remember how old Harry Kane is. So
he's 30. He's going to be 31, yeah.
Yeah. So if I'm him, I'd look at the Chelsea move. Other than that, go to Spain. Go to Spain. If Mbappe doesn't go to Madrid, if I'm Harry Kane, go to Barcelona. But we'll see.
Or stay at Spurs.
Stay at Spurs.
Yeah. Stay at Spurs. Yeah.
Stay at Spurs. Yeah.
We'll see. There you go.
But hey, this is football. It's crazy. You might just see Harry Kane going to PSG without any indication whatsoever.
Let's see. Yo, but football fans, that's been the headline news from Football Extreme with the transfer of Erling Haaland to Man City from next season for a price range in the 60 millions there, and all the add-on fees pushing up the price to about 90 million or so. So stay tuned for our upcoming episodes. We're going to be doing a Champions League episode. We're going to be talking about the end of the fight of the relegation zone in the Premier League. Stay tuned. More episodes coming on Football Extreme. Click the subscribe button and you'll stay tuned for more episodes. So, gentlemen, that's it from us. It's good to see you. Say cheers to the fans. We're out of here.
Cheers, everyone.
Cheers.
It's been good, yo.
Hey, football fans. Thanks for watching Football Extreme on YouTube. Now, if you want to watch more content, don't forget to like, comment, and especially subscribe to see the show that brings you all things football, Football Extreme. We bring you Bong's Football Podcast with Bonga, Kicking It with Quabs with yours truly, Kwabena, as well as the Nene Show by Mr. Nene himself. So, don't forget to comment, subscribe, and always catch the latest from Football Extreme.